Senate Bill 59 is in response to the planned closing of the Fairview Developmental Center, which is located in Costa Mesa, a stone's throw from my home. In 2015, the administration announced its intentions to close the 3 developmental centers in Sonoma and Tulare County in the city of Porterville and Fairview in the county of Orange. Although the target date for Fairview to close is 2021, it seems prudent to have a coordinated effort on how the site will be utilized going forward. Unlike Sonoma, which I believe is in a somewhat isolated area of the county, in maybe an idyllic area, a countryside, Fairview has sort of had a city of 100,000 grow up right around it. And so it is now in a little pocket kind of a location. So you got more than 100,000 people around it. In fact, it's just off of Harbor Boulevard, which has become one of the major thoroughfares that connects the city to Disneyland to the Fullerton foothills. So it's on a major thoroughfare. Although the Department of General Services has a property disposal service, the second most densely populated county in California is keenly aware of this 114-acre treasure. Consequently, many in the medical, the mental health, and human service industries want to assist in the reuse of this location, and we've been working with a number of related organizations. So, Mr. Chair, as you represent Sonoma County, you can appreciate my district's zeal. Consequently, SB 59 is an attempt to acquire basically a seat at the table going forward. It is not an attempt to circumvent the process or to frustrate the Department of Developmental Services or the Department of General Services. I appreciate the staff report that was prepared for my bill and the professional manner in which it was written. I have no disagreements. In fact, I appreciate the recommendation made on page 5, paragraph 4, the concluding sentence. The committee may wish to consider amending SB 59 to instead require a similar site assessment, which has been done for the Sonoma facility, which is referred to on page 2 of the staff report in the conclusion of the section titled Surplus Property Disposal Process. So it would also include the development of a master plan for the site. Mr. Chair, I would like to follow this recommendation. Here, I've given everyone a copy of the proposal of the new language for the bill, and I'm comfortable with doing this at this time. I know that we can't make amendments here, but we are going to be going next to Senate Governmental Organization Committee, and I'd like to make the amendments there. So therefore, I request that this committee approve SB 59 as modified to go forward to GO for approval, and I respectfully ask for an aye vote, and thank you for all of your support and encouragement, Mr. Chair.
Thank you so much, Mr. Moorlach. I'm going to have some specific comments, and again, really grateful for all of your work on this, sir. The residents of Orange County are very lucky to have you representing them. We're going to open it up to be able to see if there are any individuals who would like to be able to speak in support of this bill to please come forward at this time. All right. That's a good sign, sir. Let's see if there's anyone opposed. Let's bring it back to committee. Mr. Bell.
Just in addition to Sonoma, the Ag News facility in Santa Clara County, we went through a process 6 years ago to close and go through a process, this is in the city of San Jose, to close and transfer the care of individuals in the center to the community regional centers. So I think it's very important to have the regional centers and healthcare providers. I believe the vice chair is chair of that health plan for Orange County, correct? We had the health plan in our county, the Medi-Cal managed care plan. They participated in designing a care plan for each person in the Ag News facility, the health plan in Santa Clara County. So the county health plan could be involved, as well as the regional center, which is responsible in the state to provide care. There also, the one thing having visited Fairview, it's a great facility down there. The one thing about it that's different than some of the others is over the years, they've had various pieces of property that have been declared surplus, if I'm correct. You can correct me if I'm incorrect on this. And then they converted into various condos and housing, but then they set aside some of those units for people with developmental disabilities. And so in terms of your amendment with the City of Costa Mesa and the County of Orange, I really applaud them for over the years doing that. And I hope the intent as we move along with the 100 acres is to continue that philosophy of welcoming the developmentally disabled as part of the community and looking at the site in terms of possibility for housing for the developmentally disabled. We did that on Ag News, Mr. Chairman, and we created a nonprofit organization that ended up developing the affordable housing. I think you already have one in Orange County also, organization that works on that kind of issue. So I think engaging the developmental disabilities community in the planning would be a key to this. And I think this bill is spot on. I think it's a wonderful example of a bill for designing a careful plan to close a facility where you're going to have people that are going to be nervous, parents, they want to know what's going to happen to their loved ones that are in these facilities. So we all know that's a emotional issue, Mr. Chairman, because I've gone through it and you've gone through it. So I applaud the plan. I will, as a parent and somebody that works with individuals with developmental disabilities, I applaud this. I think this will work, and I'll assist the senator in any way in completing this bill. So thank you very much. I'd like to be added as co-author.
Okay, thank you.
Just to take a quick moment, in addition to everything that Mr. Bell has done for transportation, he has been one of the most strongest advocates here in the legislature for those with developmental disabilities. And just want to say thank you so much, Mr. Bell, for your leadership as well. Thank you. Would like to be able to see if we have any other individuals. I have a few comments. Anyone else that would like to be able to comment or have questions of Mr. Morlock? All right, we have a motion by Mr. Hernandez. We'll hold that for just 1 second. I think that, and we're going through this right now, as the Sonoma Developmental Center is the first of the last 3 to be able to go through the closure process. And I think that one of the biggest challenges with this is that many of the residents who call Sonoma Developmental Center or any other 2 home, they've called these developmental centers home for decades, and in many cases, almost their entire life. And this is one of the most trying times for those residents, in particular also for their families. It's incredibly emotional, and rightfully so. And there's a lot of uncertainty in their lives. I think that we have the right director now at DDS, Nancy Bargman. She's amazing, and she's done fantastic work, and she's collaborative and wants to be able to do this right. And that's why I believe that Mr. Morlock is here. And I also want to take a moment, as Mr. Bell did, just to say thank you to Mr. Morlock for being proactive. I know that your #1 priority are for those residents who've called the developmental center home, and to be able to do this right when it comes to planning and potentially looking at long-term housing for some of those who are most vulnerable within the community. And this is fantastic. I, too, would like to be added as a co-author, and will be supporting the bill here today. But truly, Mr. Morlock, this is a great bill, and thank you for your commitment to this, at times, very difficult issue. And we'll have you do the closing statement, sir.
Well, thank you. You humbled me. This is such a glorious opportunity, and we've been working for quite some time with the County of Orange, the City of Costa Mesa, the Hospital Association, NAMI, the regional centers. We've been having stakeholder meetings on a regular basis. In fact, have another one on Friday. So we really want to see something that really helps the least, the lost, and the last in Orange County. We're facing the same issues as everyone else, and the numbers are growing. And so we have a real burden, and this is one where we'd like to collaborate and see something very positive happen. So I appreciate your helping me get through the process. because we want to do what's best for this community. So I respectfully ask for an aye vote.
Thank you so much, sir. This is all you, and this is a due pass to a governmental organization committee. Amendments will be taken in that committee, I believe, next week, Mr. Morlock, correct?
Correct.
You're heading next week. Thank you so much. And that motion was by Mr. Hernandez. Let's do a roll call vote, please. Ms. Lanchester.
McGuire.
Aye.
McGuire, aye. Wynn. Bell. Aye. Bell, aye. Hernandez. Aye. Hernandez, aye. Hertzberg. Laura. Morlock.
Aye.
Morlock, aye. You have 4-0.
Okay, that is currently a 4-0 vote. We're going to leave that open.